Well, hi everyone. This is Ada. You know, we do our garden. We're not going to have as big a garden as we did last year, but we have been already gardening. And in a small garden, we have got, I think we have got out there 20 cabbage plants already planted out, and they're doing fine. And then we have 20 tomato plants in that garden. And besides that, I got a row of that curly mustard greens. I like the curly better than the straight. So mustard is already up, and then I've got some lettuce, and it's already coming up, sticking out real good. And so then we finally got our larger garden. The guy came over and plowed it, and then my husband got out there, and he's ready to till the rows up and stuff. And we, over last weekend, we put out 30, or is it 35? I don't know, 30 or 35 tomato plants out there in the garden. So our tomato plants is planted, and we got to get out and do our pepper plants and stuff like that, or the cucumbers. But we've got 5 cucumbers planted, but then we planted them way before first of last week, and then 2 nights last week it froze, and we had to go out and put great big huge buckets over the 30 tomato plants and the 5 cucumber plants. The cabbage does well. It didn't hurt them. So anyway, after that last big freeze, my husband says, well, I don't think it's going to freeze anymore. So before the rains and the storm starts coming in here on Sunday night and yesterday, Monday and Tuesday, why, we got out over the weekend and we planted our the other tomato plants. So I don't have them to show, but I have got the big green bell pepper. That's a big green bell pepper that I've raised from seed. And also, besides them, they all look the same though, the bell pepper. I just got them labeled. And some of them are yellow and some of them are red peppers too. And they're all huge because I only plant the huge bell pepper. I don't plant the small ones. And then this right here, if you want to see, this is my jalapeno. I'm going to have 6 jalapeno plants. And that will make so many jalapenos you wouldn't believe the jalapenos that'll make. And then this is the Anaheim. As you see, I've got them all in the thing. We're going to have to separate them. But that is Anaheim. And people like the Anaheim. I had 8 plants last year, and they just, they put out so many, you wouldn't believe how many, and how many I sold. And here is a straight 8 cucumber plant. Now, I didn't bring it in, but it looks just like the straight 8. I've got the, I got the burpless, big, huge burpless that gets about 14 to 16 inches long. I got that cucumber too, but that's a straight 8 there. They get about 8 inches, and some of them gets a little bigger, and some of them gets a little shorter. But that is, and then I've got my squashes, my yellow and green squash, zucchini and yellow squash all planted out there, but they should be breaking through and coming up. But we don't plant any of this out in the garden until June to make sure, because cool weather and colder weather just do not agree with these plants here. So probably the first week or so, if it's not raining, we'll plant these in the garden. Because pepper plants, like that green pepper plant, I've only got just a green with turn and everything. I've only got 75. I doubt if I plant them all, but I got 75 to put out for them. So I just thought I'd just come in here and tell you that this is what we're doing in our garden. And like I said, the garden isn't going to be as big as it was last year with as many different things in it. So basically it's going to be tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, and zucchini squash and yellow squash, and we're going to have quite a bit of the big garden left over, and our neighbor said that he wanted my husband to, and he'd come over and help him with it, plant some a little field of golden jubilee corn. So that's a matter to be seen yet, but that's what our neighbor wants to do, help Ron with. I'm just going to let him have at it. I'm not going to have nothing to do with the cornfield. I might go out there and get corn off when it gets done or something. All right then, I'm going to say bye. Now, and God bless all of you. I hope you find this interesting.